Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Seattle Mariners vs Texas Rangers, Los Angeles Dodgers vs Arizona Diamondbacks, and Colorado Rockies vs San Diego Padres, which are happening on Saturday, July 31st, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Tyler Anderson has been around the block enough not to be fazed by change. He's played for 3 different teams in his last 3 years. So he'll simplify Saturday's matchup as a head-to-head meeting between a pitcher and a batting lineup. There's no use in complicating things. The Rangers have been one of the worst offensive teams all season long. Sure, they managed to come away with 5 runs in the opener, but they also weren't even close to hanging with Seattle's offense. That'll continue to be the problem in this game as well. They won't be able to match the scoring output of a Mariners team that'll continue to find life at the plate. Texas is averaging the 3rd least hits per game, 7.42, with the league's worst ops, 0.665. There isn't a lot of hope when it comes to the team's ability to put runs on the board. Seattle opened up this series with a 9-5 win on Friday night, pushing their record to 8 games above .500 at 56-48. While the win keeps the M's 8 games behind Houston, who also won Friday night for first in the AL West. They're only 2.5 games behind Oakland for the final AL wild card. They have won 5 of their last 7 ball games and have gone 13-9 so far in July, making it 3 out of 4 months so far this season that Seattle has had a winning record. None of us were expecting much from the Rangers on the other end of the All-Star break, but man, it has still been a rough ride for the struggling team. The only team they have a win over in their last 14 games is an Arizona Diamondbacks team with the worst record in the league. And the Rangers only split even in that series. They put up a bit of an offensive fight in Friday's loss to the Mariners. So they didn't leave Globe Life Field completely dejected. But a loss is still a loss, and they aren't any closer to turning things around. They'll have an opportunity to continue to find offensive success with Tyler Anderson making his first start on the mound for the Mariners. Of course, that's only assuming change has a negative impact on Anderson right out of the gates mentally. My betting advice for that game is to pick Seattle Mariners on the money line. As bad as the Diamondbacks have been overall this season, the team has won 6 of the last 7 starts made by Merrill Kelly, with 3 of those wins coming against teams who would currently be in the playoffs: Brewers, Giants, Padres. The Dodgers are obviously the superior team, but the Diamondbacks are playing well right now and are worth a shot to get another upset win with Merrill Kelly going up against rookie pitcher Josiah Gray, who will be making only his 3rd career MLB appearance. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been one of the greatest defensive teams this season as they are currently 5th in the majors with a .754 ops. They just bolstered their already potent lineup as they added Trey Turner to their offensive juggernaut of a team and Max Scherzer to their rotation. This Dodgers team is only behind the Houston Astros as they have scored 534 runs, 5.13 runs per game. The lineup already had a lot of pop before the additions, as well as they are only trailing the Astros and Rays with 274 runs on the road. Los Angeles is led offensively by first baseman Max Muncy as he has a .970 ops with 22 homers and 61 RBI. If the Dodgers can continue to be a completely dominant lineup, there aren't many pitchers that can stop them. The Arizona Diamondbacks are dead last in the National League West, with a major league worst 33-71 record. The Diamondbacks won their 2nd straight game by upsetting the Dodgers on Friday night and have now won 7 of their last 10 games. Josh VanMeter drove in 3 runs, and Asdrubal Cabrera drove in 2 runs to lead the Diamondbacks on Friday. Arizona is 24th in MLB on the season, scoring 4.2 runs per game and 22nd with a .234 batting average. Arizona's top offensive player was Eduardo Escobar, who has 23 home runs and 66 RBI, but was traded to the Milwaukee Brewers on July 28. Arizona Diamondbacks are 29th in MLB with a 5.32 ERA, and opponents have a .271 batting average against their pitching staff, which is the worst in MLB. Merrill Kelly, a 32-year-old right-hander, is scheduled to start on Saturday. Kelly has made 21 starts this season and is 7-7 with a 4.39 ERA. In 5 career appearances against the Dodgers, Kelly is 0-2 with a 4.13 ERA. My betting advice for that game is to pick Los Angeles Dodgers. The Padres' pitching staff hasn't been at its best since the All-Star break, but their offense has done a great job. On the other side, the Rockies have struggled on both sides of the ball, so I'm going with the hosts in this one. German Marquez will have a tall task to replicate his performance from the previous encounter with the Padres' mighty lineup. San Diego certainly needs more from Yu Darvish, and I think the 34-year-old hurler will find a way to bounce back in this favorable matchup. The Rockies snapped a 2-game losing streak by thrashing the Padres in the series opener 9-4. Still, they are 45-59 for the season, 4th in the NL West, with plenty of work still to be done to salvage their campaign. The game was marred by an injury to Fernando Tatis Jr., who dislocated his shoulder. The win also included a grand slam from Ryan McMahon. German Marquez will get the start on Saturday to keep that momentum up. The San Diego Padres improved to 60-45 on the season with that 3-0 victory over Colorado last Thursday. They were still 3rd in the NL West, trailing 2.5 games behind the Dodgers and 5.5 behind the Giants, but the Padres kept their 5-game lead ahead of the Reds in the race for the bottom wild card in the National League. Yu Darvish will get the starting call Saturday against Colorado, and the 34-year-old righty has been terrible through his 4 starts in July, going 0-3 in the process and yielding a whopping 16 earned runs across 19.2 innings of work. Darvish is 7-5 with a 3.27 ERA and 1.01 WHIP in 20 starts this season. He met the Rockies 3 times in 2021, recording 1 win and a couple of no decisions to go with a sharp 2.25 ERA through 16 innings of work. On the other side of the ball, the Rockies have registered a pedestrian 5.23 ERA in their previous 12 outings, 25th in the MLB in that stretch, allowing a .263 batting average to their opponents. German Marquez will take the mound Saturday, and he's been the Rockies' top ace so far this season. However, the 26-year-old righty has been charged for a loss in each of his last 2 starts, yielding 7 earned runs on 15 hits and 2 walks across 12.1 frames of work. Marquez is 6-3 with a 4.61 ERA in 11 career starts and a couple of relief appearances against San Diego. He met the Padres at Petco Park 3 weeks ago and fired 7 scoreless innings while striking out 9. My betting advice for that game is to pick San Diego Padres on the money line. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.